what you are putting very clear, very clear, that I have 2 terms, and these terms are very definite. And I'm so democratic. When they come to an end, I'll step aside, and my party will elect my successor. That is as clear as day. Those who have other imaginations, it is a democratic society for people to dream. But facts will take day.
Masquerade say Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zim Confessions and Deep Secrets. Can I get the channel? Please don't forget to subscribe. Subscriber. Don't forget to comment and share this video. That's where Zimbabwe take big drive. Yeah, but it's gonna President Emerson Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa vadzoka zvakare vachiti he will resign in 2028. Vabuda achitaura ivo vachiti vari kubuda muoffice kana his second constitutional term yapera mugore 2028. Vabuda vachitaura to a group of selected editors from traditional media in State House mure Zimbabwe vachitaura ivo vachiti avo vari kushuwira kuti extend his term beyond 2028 and they are dreaming mure Zimbabwe. Nyaya yakabuditswa neNewsworks ya official XL vachitaura vachiti President Emerson Mnangagwa says he will leave when his second constitutional term ends in 2028. Mnangagwa told this to a group of selected editors from traditional media at State House earlier today in a haphazardly and partisanly organized media briefing. The Constitution limits him to 2 terms that ends in 2028. He also said those who want him to stay beyond his second term are dreaming. The president stated that he will persuade those persuading him to stay to understand his position. Mnangagwa has reportedly said he will go in 2028, only for him to turn around to entertain his political allies and supporters who want him to extend his rule, not just to 2030, but for a 3rd term soon after that. He has even hosted MPs and key ZANU-PF supporters at his cricket farm in Sherwood, Kwekwe, to expedite his 3rd term process and fuel the attendant campaigns being spearheaded by his loyalists. ZANU-PF passed a critical resolution at its conference in Bulawayo last October for him to hang on to power until 2030, but more precisely for a 3rd term. The ruling party is currently working on a parliamentary process to soon amend the constitution to extend his term, showing a clear calculated lack of sincerity and on Mnangagwa's part, which exposes him to possible impeachment should he presently mislead the nation on this. He is always indicating right and turning left on this matter on ground. Repeatedly, the editors did not challenge him to make an official public announcement on the issue, stating that he will leave when his second term ends and to stop ZANU-PF campaigns for him to stay, and also abandon the constitutional amendments processes which is being worked on currently. And wabuditswa kwenye iyi the Newsworks mure Zimbabwe tisingazive kuti munoiona sei nyaya iyi nomira mushe kufunga pane ma ZANU-PF legislatures ayo ari kubuda achitaura iwo achiti aiwo Mnangagwa should remain in office kusvika 2030. Vanofunga tangozvinzwira Mnangagwa achitaura iwo vachiti he is going to resign mure Zimbabwe and is going to resign kana nguva yava yasvika. Tingaziva munoona sei nyaya yetudziwo zvamuri kufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi mucomment section. Kutaura kwatiri kuita the faction yaMnangagwa iri kukontinya nenyaya yekuti Mnangagwa wanenge vachiseva beyond his maximum term limit. Nyaya yakabuditswa neTheBlair 24 vachitaura vachiti President Emerson Mnangagwa will continue to serve beyond the maximum term limit as adherence to the party structures demands and last year's conference resolution number 1. ZANU-PF insiders and influential members under his faction have vowed. Mnangagwa's camp claimed that the president is legally bound to continue serving as the first secretary of the party, and no further succession will take place outside the resolutions made in Bulawayo. Comrade, this is politics, and we will stick to conference resolution number 1, which is an expression that the masses wanted President Mnangagwa to continue at the helm until or beyond 2030. We will stick to that resolution, and anything outside that will be as good as tampering with our constitutional resolutions. The defiant source and loyalist said, "We cannot betray the masses conference revolution expression in an effort to impress a small pressure group. We stick to the means and processes which do not violate resolutions anonymously made by party structures," the source added. We are not good to succumb to pressure from the small pressure group. With its purported act to overturn the will of the people, we will use any means possible to force the president to adhere to the conference resolution which endorsed him as the sole candidate until and beyond 2030, the source added. The president is not going to withdraw from carrying on until 2030, and we will either convince him that the masses within and outside our structures have demanded that he should carry on. Withdrawal will be the greatest betrayal to ZANU-PF structures and violation of our party constitution driven from resolutions by the last conference which endorsed him, the source said. Meanwhile, when contacted by the publication's news crew on the way forward in making sure that they will adhere to conference resolution number 1, versus recent pronouncement and clarity by Mnangagwa towards staying beyond 2030, the party's Secretary General Obert Mpofu was evasive to answer but claimed that the party will follow what the president said. Yes, the resolution for him to stay beyond 2030 was made before, during and after our conference held in Bulawayo. My brother, let me tell you the truth. We will only listen to what the president has said. We cannot change or overturn what he said. We just follow, Obert Mpofu said. Further asked what they would do and how they would address those structures that endorsed President Mnangagwa stay in beyond 2030, and if it would not violate their party constitution or conference resolution, Mpofu was evasive again. Yes, they endorsed him, but if he does not want to serve beyond that time frame, it is beyond our control, please. As for violating the resolutions, I cannot answer you on that, but what I can assure you is that we will stick to what the president has said, Mpofu further promised. ZANU-PF spokesperson Christopher Mnangagwa then claimed that succession into the party's helm is done through the ballot, not the bullet system. Addressing the media during a press briefing then, Mnangagwa said the party will only follow what the structures have said and nothing outside that will be entertained. A viral video has also surfaced where Mnangagwa loyalist featuring war veteran Douglas Mahia, presidential advisor Paul Temba Tungwarara among others, are vowing to persuade him to continue serving beyond 2030. Despite pressure from loyalists backing most feared and powerful Commander General Chiwenga, Mnangagwa is caught in between conference resolution number 1 and pressure to pass the baton to deputy. Claims are that the two had a secret and well-planned succession agreement, which would first enable Mnangagwa to lead and leave the baton to Chiwenga if he served his constitutional terms. Facing pressure from war veterans and other circles backing Chiwenga to take over, Mnangagwa summoned state and few selected privately owned media editors to announce that he would not seek to serve beyond the maximum limit. Tumabuditsiro wakati wa nyaya muri Zimbabwe tingaziva tunoona sei tudziwo zvamuri kufunga mu comment section.